What up, what up? So, note to self, Israel, please post these videos on your YouTube channel. Come on, bro, please, I'm begging you, please. Just post it. I remember. Anyways, we're walking till dawn today. Because last night or yesterday, we were very tired. Like, bro, I was gonna pass out. Let's go to the gym, bro. When I go to the gym, I'll probably just pass out at the gym. I'm not really big on football, but there's this Liverpool dude that recently died while trying to overtake another car in his Lambo. And that was very scary because it's like he got rich enough to buy something he really wanted, and what he wanted was what killed him. And then that was kind of the way Kobe died. Died in his helicopter with his daughter. It's like you achieve your goals, but then what you achieve is what kills you. Scary. Makes you realize that sometimes you just take the gift of life for granted. So, thank God for the gift of life. RIP to the dead.
I can't lie. All right, do you see yourself hooking up with me? Maybe. Yeah? No. Yes, you can. Give me a little spin. Damn, girl. Fucking big dick. I love that super torta. Ah. Hey. Hey, I watch that shit. You kind of look like that guy from Don't Be a Menace, the cripple guy. Hey, look, check me out. We this.
Yep. Alright, so I just funded my Meta account and I'm starting my own campaigns. I've running campaigns, don't get me wrong, like I run campaigns and I make money from campaigns, but I just pay people to do it for me because I'm big on delegating tasks. But I can't delegate anymore because the nigga broke. So to run all my campaigns myself. Literally, I do every single thing myself now, bro. Most of my tech parts is still done by my tech guy, but I do a lot of my tech parts too now. Shout out to my guy because he's amazing. I do the actually I also do a lot of lifting, to be honest. So my previous hard account got banned. I don't know why. Also, the people have been like the new people have been giving. Now the previous people that was using to run my campaigns, they were like it's an agency and they pricey, but they deliver. And I try to so like thing is, I have this way whereby it's not manipulation, but like I'm pretty, so like girls like me. So she worked this girl that works for the agency, and I was able to like get her to send me an ebook on their strategy on how they run their campaigns and everything. So I have that strategy. I'm no longer working with the agency because they're pricey and I can't afford them. Then I got like a couple of new people on my platform to try to teach me how to run meta ads, and they also tried to do it, but the conversion was poor. Like it was so bad that my accounts got banned and blocked. So yeah, I'm not using them. Bad that I got blocked and I had to use my cousin to help me run new campaigns. But my cousin got to actually everyone has a life, so he just wants to focus on his life. So and I get it. Then I got like a couple of new people on my platform, but account got banned. Literally just got blocked. So I'm using them. I want to do it to myself now. So I'm gonna be using the strategy that I got from the girl, but I'm trying to also like learn how to run campaigns by my own self properly without like having to rely on anybody to do any single part of the whole thing for me. So yeah. So I just wanted my account, but not trading accounts. This is the first time I just wanted my account, but it's not a trading account. That's crazy. I miss trading. Crazy how yesterday was NFP and today is meant to be NFP. I don't even know why yesterday was NFP. I should probably check the news on that. Because first Friday of the month is NFP, not first Thursday. But then I saw Trump was telling this dude to resign. What's his name again? This financial guy. So probably that's one of the reasons. I might be traveling next week, but I don't know what to do my hair. So there's this thing in the UK whereby they tell you things in Lidl is cheaper than things in Sainsbury. That's cap. That's cap. I'm just wasting my entire day going to Lidl. Oh, yo, so I went to Lidl because I wanted to like get things for cheaper price. Because apparently there's this conspiracy theory that things in Lidl is cheaper than things in Sainsbury. And then there was this dude I was meant to link up with to play basketball. But then I got there late and he was gone. Sad. Sad. But then when I was at Lidl, I think I want to know if it is a sundress or a milk dress. If it's a sundress or a milk gown or a sun gown, I don't know. Let me check. Milk. Yeah, it's a milk gown. So there was this girl when I was at Lidl. She was wearing a milk gown. It was made of lace. Color was white and blue, and it has this pattern on it. But the patterns were made in blue. Bro, she's gorgeous, and then she has this red ribbon on her hair, and then but doesn't she packed her hair, but it wasn't a pigtail and it wasn't a ponytail either. I don't know what it's called though. Let me see. Focus. Right, so as long as I complete all my tasks, I'm going to talk as much as I want to because this helps me to stay awake all night. So well, then I feel sad for going to the basketball court thinking late because it's like bloody Nigerian, always in the African time. Like, I didn't know I was gonna take so long at Lidl, bro. I didn't know Lidl was that far away. I mean, I knew it was far, but not that far away. Jesus Christ. And it's like, the dude probably just got there and then waited on, like, this nigga needs to come up and then he left. And then I was trying to like, I mean, I didn't know, I was being optimistic he was gonna be there, so I took him ice cream to be like, oh yo, dude, have some cone ice cream. Apologies for coming in, but he wasn't there. So, but you know me, I like food, so I ended up eating my ice cream. Should I like to let me suck on the ice cream, man? Should I like to suck me for me? Suck me on the ice cream, man. I hate the fact that I can't play music. I feel like if I talk now and then, there's this ice cream man in my head by Tiger. I feel like playing this song right now. And if I play it, YouTube is just gonna restrict my video. Ugh. That's the funny part. I said I was going to open the Twitch account today, didn't I? I didn't forget, I was just so tired. I need an assistant, man. I really can't do all this by myself. I don't know if I can work harder than this. Because I work around the clock. Can I work harder than this? Probably. But if I work harder than this, I think I'm just gonna break down or something. Because I sleep for like 3 hours a day. 3 hours, bro. That's crazy. Sometimes 4 hours. So 2 to 4 hours. Not 4 hours, like 3 hours, 30 minutes. I should use my wristwatch to calculate it. No, I should use my watch to calculate the time. I sleep, but I'm being so paranoid using my watch lately because I feel like it's been hacked. And then tasks are being put on it for me to complete. I think it's like suspicious. So warming up my ad account today with my first test one advert, which is a carousel that I created yesterday for it. So I'm running that tonight. Well, this morning. But it's already twilight, so I can't say it's twilight. But it's not morning either. I don't know what this time think I'm obsessed with knowledge. Late, all right, late 90s is. Late at night, so by 3 a.m. I'll start watching videos on that. But till 3 a.m. I'm gonna post a couple of more contents.
But Churn is realizing most of these girls have nothing to offer, but they want you to drive a Lambo.
I think one of the best things about creating in quotes content, because I don't see myself as a content creator. One of the best things about creating your own videos is it's a whole lot better than consuming content. Oh my god, consuming content is so crappy because everyone just complains about like 2025. All everyone just does is just complain about the opposite sex. Like, bro, Jesus Christ, can't everyone just give it a rest? Really? Same old shit every day, every time. Men complain about women, women they complain about men. You don't need to shut the fuck up. You don't like yourselves? Okay, keep it to yourself. We get the plots. Men don't like women, women don't like men. You're lonely. Good for you. Now shut up.
They want you to live in a picture.
Just check this out.
Realizing most of these girls have nothing to offer, but they want you to drive a Lambo. They want you to live in a penthouse. They want you to have.
Complain about women. Complain about women.
What is Roblox? When I get to the UK, I'm going to open a luxurious family.
Okay, she's not complaining about men. Thank God for that. Complain about men. Okay, not complaining. Complain about women. Complain about women. I'm not about.
Okay, what's new with you? Our prime minister just made some huge.
Something about the
You
UK.
guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years
Complaining
old,
about men.
you're like,
It's creepy, bro. Yo.
Hey UK, what's new with you? Our prime minister just made some huge changes to immigration. Oh, what are they? He made it a lot harder to become a UK citizen. He said that for someone to become a citizen, they have to live for 10 years in the UK instead of 5 years. That's what it was before. Okay, that's a big jump. And now there are stricter English rules. What does that mean? So if someone wants to bring other family members.
Okay. Just for the sake of the plot, bro, I ain't ever gonna complain about women. Cause I like women, bro. Fuck everybody. Fuck y'all. Fuck YouTube if YouTube restricts my video and it's on music. Oh shit. Put my headphones in. Yo, TikTok paid me $2 for some. I think there was one video I got like a couple thousands of views, and then I just checked my account like they paid me $2. But what the fuck am I gonna do with $2? Nah, fuck them niggas.
You want to go drinking?
So I think Andrew Tate is going broke because his marketing has been off the roof lately. I mean, he's not going broke, maybe he's just trying to make more money. So, that's actually a very shallow way of thinking from my own ends. I literally today there was this tiny little girl that was staring at me, yo, very tiny girl. And at some point, the mom passed in front of me. I smiled at her mom, like just being high. Then she came and then she just like not like hit me on my body like but like swoosh like. I was like, But I think I want my first child to be a son, not a daughter. Though. So I can turn into a machine. Because I need this shit to work, bro. But then I'm not going to make him whatever he doesn't want to be, so. You're right. Niggas dead. Put him through some freaking military training. I just saw a picture of Burna Boy with his sisters because I miss my sister so much. First person that ever really taught me how to talk to girls was my sister. Because back then, when not Nigeria, but when we were younger, in Afama Crib, we used to go to Sunday school. So there was this girl I really liked. And then I told my sister. So my sister now taught me one song like that. I should sing it to her on Sunday after service. So after service, I went to her, I spoke to her, and I sang the song for her. Crazy shit. Like this is where I sing this song. I ain't doing that. That is so cool. Should I sing it? I would flip a coin, but then I don't like flipping coins anymore because the other day at the gym I saw a coin on the floor and just gave me the ick. So I'm just gonna sing the song. Can I play my guitar with it? Nah. Should I? This is wasting my time. Okay. You're the angel of my life. You're the angel of my life. The holy woman. You are my dreams. She's my fantasy. The moment I saw you, wanna take the crown. Now I know you are the one. My oh my oh my. Baby, let me take it to the top. Let my eyes see you up until the moment come. Every time I see your face, tears of passion on me true. You be the wifey, you want me forever, baby. Girl, I'm going to you really to be fun. Girl, I see you now, from girl, and never leave me lonely. Without you, got my life feeling complete. You are the angel of my life. My, angel of my life. My, angel of my life. You're the angel of my life. You're the angel of my life. Oh, you are my world. She's always in my dreams. fantasy. The moment I saw you walking through the crowd, girl, you are the one. My oh my, my oh my. Baby, let me take you to the top. Let my love fill you up. Let my love fill you up. Until the morning comes. Every time I see your face, tears of passion come insane. Will you be my wifey? You and me forever, baby. Girl, you know you're my phone. Girl, you'll never leave me lonely. Don't you come my life is incomplete. You are the angel of my life. My, angel of my life. My, angel of my life. My, angel of my life. Oh boy, must be 3 o'clock. How do you target your adverts using cold calling? What the fuck are you saying, Joe? Wait, that's true. You find somebody you want to target them. You're talking about ads. Doesn't matter. That is just cold approach. Please don't tell me how to misplace this video because that is still the best video I found. Israel. Why do you do the things you do? I don't get it, bro. You found gold. Do you love the stars? Never lie, I found it. Thank Jesus. Alright, now. So you're running ads to target other business owners, okay? So run ads to TikTok. You use Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. post. This is LinkedIn, okay. Facebook, okay, makes sense, makes sense. Okay. Okay, digital targeting online, digital marketing joke. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to be honest. Since I was talking about this girl at the gym that I had a crush on. So I realized that here drinking is like taking a gulp or two gulps is like as a form of connotation, and bro, I don't know what it is, and to be honest, I don't even really care like that. But you know, deep in the darkest part of my heart, I'm a soft person. So I was trying to like invade our walls and break down our guard. So I didn't really know which one was it. It was, but I know one of them like when if she's working out, if I take one, I know it probably means something. But if I take two, it also means something. So I didn't know what it was. So anytime she walks out and she does what she does, I take five. Literally, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it's like give it up for the shorty, give it up for the shorty 5 times. Crazy. I feel like I just give out my secrets. It's the 4th of July. Arizona champion of the club. And I come here looking for love. I'ma leave you a perfect out of the door. I'm gonna drink some Montana, gonna make it wrong. Yeah. So would you take me out? I'm going up. You know the night. You know the night. You know the night. You go. You know the night. Oh. It's the 4th of July. High school. Be a human, not a machine. Sleep for 8 hours, not 6 hours. Exercise for 1 hour, for learn for 2 hours, not 3 hours. Read for 2 hours, not 5 hours. Deep work 4 hours, not 12. Connect to people, to not zero. Think. The more you live, the more you realize the only rule in life is the one you create. Should be us, bro. There are no rules to these things. We should be trying to achieve something very fast. Just let him do whatever works for you. That's why creating content is the best content you can create in life is reading books. And even that is kind of very relative, you know. But still better than those crap on the internet. I should watch this now. I need to finish this. I'm 15 minutes behind. That is false because you can never really be behind. You have a timeline, you have to use complete your task. I think what's gonna be a game changer for my business is knowing how to like start earning in pounds and doing business with the UK itself, not just Nigeria. Very able to figure that out, bro. To take me from where I am to probably godlike level. But I don't know how what to do.
On the campaign levels. So the first thing is we can label our campaign Advantage Plus and A. I'll explain that in a bit. Next, we've got the very bad results or no results at all. Now's the fun stuff. We're going to set up our advertising campaign. This is where I'm going to show you all the special sauce, the stuff that I've learned over the years. First, we're going to start with the campaign. To get to the campaign, all we're going to do is come to our ad account and we're going to click Open in Ads Manager. This is going to be your home for the next 10 years as you print money. When you come into the Ads Manager, you're going to see that you've got 3 levels. You've got campaigns, ad sets.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
And ads. I'm going to get to each of them in a second, but let's start with a campaign. Click create and you're going to be prompted with a bunch of options that you can run with your campaign. Put simply, a campaign is simply the
Need to confirm if this is available for a composition article. Need a good account for your confirmation for another. This is gonna what? Don't stress me, please. Oh, payment method, dude. Using bank transfer.
objective that you are trying to achieve with your business. Now you might think, I just want people to look at my product, but is that really what you want? Do you really just want to get website traffic or brand awareness? No, you actually want to create sales. So 99% of the time, you should be using this conversion sale objective for your business. This is because all of these other forms of traffic, Facebook has so much inventory, so much availability for it, because it's so bad, it just doesn't create sales. So if I used something like an engagement or a lead campaign, I would get lots of activity, but 0 sales. And therefore I won't be able to spend as much on Facebook advertising and my business won't grow. So for an e-commerce example, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to click sales. Then click continue. You're then going to be prompted to either use an advanced plus shopping campaign or a manual sales campaign. An Advantage Plus is basically giving Facebook the entire control for all of the other things that you're going to do later on in the ad set level. Just click manual for now because I want to show you the only other thing that's really important on the campaign level settings. So the first thing is we can label our campaign Advantage Plus and USA. I'll explain that in just a bit. Next, we've got the categories which we can basically ignore. Then we've got this section which is often pre-selected. is use a catalog. We can turn this off for now because we can change this at the ad level. Then with an A/B test, which we do not need because we test things in a different way. I'm going to show that really towards the end of the video. Then finally, we've got this Advantage campaign budget. I'm really glad that you're watching my video at the moment because a lot of people are teaching Facebook ads wrong since that iOS update. The annoying thing is I used to teach this old method as well and people are still watching those videos, but it has changed. You see, the old way that people used to run Facebook advertising is they would have a top of funnel which would consist of lots of different interest-based targeting. Then they would have a middle of funnel which would basically be retargeting people that have some level of certain awareness around your product. Maybe they went to the website, maybe they watched a video, and then you have bottom of funnel. Which have people that have basically already checked out or even purchased previously. The reason why I'm telling you this is because all of that is out of the window, and this Advantage Plus setting is basically all you need to target everyone across all of those stages. The exciting thing for you as the viewer, as a beginner or intermediate, is that Facebook advertising just got so much simpler. Because all you need to do now is set up one campaign and then introduce creatives to it in a unique way, and you can compete with some of the world's best Facebook advertisers. And that's Facebook's goal. They don't want to make these settings and the small mistakes here mean that you can't perform. So the structure is going to be the following. One campaign at the moment, and the only time you create multiple different campaigns is if you have multiple offers or multiple different types of products, which is more advanced, and we can chat about that in a bit, because I really want to start teaching you how to create an ad set. If that confused you, I promise you it's going to make a lot of sense in a second. We're going to click Advantage Plus on and look.
So I don't see Advantage Plus here.
As we've clicked this now, we need to decide how much money we are going to spend on this campaign. I'm just going to leave it at $20 at the moment, but coming up next, I've got a full ROAS calculator and margin calculator, as well as how to set your daily budgets. So stay tuned for that. We can ignore this budget scheduling for now, and then we can click next. Now you might have not seen that transition, but we've actually gone from the campaigns to the ad set level now. You can also see that here, we've got our campaign name and then we've got our ad set level. Nothing we change within this is going to change the settings that we just set up prior. The ad set is where we're going to tell Facebook to advertise. First up, up, we've got this conversion, which we do want it on the website. The default is correct. Then we want the performance goal. Now, if you're running e-commerce, you probably want to do maximize value of conversions. Next, we want to select the performance goal. Got our campaign in that transition, but we've actually gone from the campaigns to the ad set level now. You can also see that here. We've got our campaign name and then we've got our ad set level. Nothing we change within this is going to change the settings that we just set up prior. The ad set is where we're going to tell Facebook to advertise. First up, we've got this conversion, which we do want it on the website. The default is correct. Then we want the performance goal. Now, if you're running e-commerce, you probably want to do maximize value of running e-commerce. Then we want the performance goal. Now, if you're running e-commerce, you probably want to do maximize value of conversions. Next, we want to select the pixel and make sure that it's correct. This is the one that we linked with Shopify. Then we make sure that it's correct. Next, probably want to do maximize value of conversions. Next, we want to select the pixel. and make sure that it's correct. This is the one that we linked with Shopify. Then we click conversion event, and realistically there should be these conversions API all set up. If there's not, you've got a wrong link with Shopify. We want to click on purchase because that's what we want to create. You can ignore ROAS goal for now, and in here you can ignore these attribution settings for now. That is quite advanced, and we will chat about that towards the end. Creative is another thing that I'm going to explain, but it's gonna have to be later in the video because I really want to get this campaign live. We can skip budget and schedule because we kind of set that up before, and now we've got audience. And schedule because we kind of set that up before, and now we've got audience controls. This is really important. The main thing is just making sure that you are advertising to the correct region. We can click edit and we can click right in United States. And you'll see this audience definition is increased, and now we are targeting the entire United States. When we're targeting such a large audience, this is what the industry calls broad. Because you're targeting such a broad audience, Facebook has so much flexibility to find your correct target customer. This is one of those things that change when iOS privacy updates change. Simply because Facebook has less data, so you want to give it as much optionality as possible. In this audience section, we can refine things like age, gender, and even add certain interests like pets or even like activities that they like to do. On the surface level, this sounds really effective because if I'm selling a pet product, I want someone that's interested in pets. This is another thing that changed in the iOS update. Because Facebook knows less about the customers, this has become less reliable. And we would much rather give Facebook as much optionality as possible to find the right customer. So I want you to leave this all blank. This is officially a broad audience. And that's it. How easy was that? We basically set up our campaign and our ad set with very little effort. If you're becoming a little bit more advanced and starting to get sales, the one thing that we definitely do at the Oodie and a lot of other brands is we'll use exclusions. To do this, you click add exclusions. You can add certain lists such as your previous purchases. To find this, you can go to your email software, export your purchases, and upload them to this exclusion list. This is because we don't really want Facebook to continually target our previous customers. We want them to find new customers as well. As I said, this is pretty advanced, and if you're just getting started out, you can ignore this for now. So now we can come to the ads level. Now before we this ad section, let me say that this is the most common place that people get Facebook advertising wrong. Because everything else is so simple nowadays in terms of setting up the business, advertising to basically everybody, and simply clicking Advantage Plus campaign, it all comes down to how good your creatives are and how you approach the creative framework that I'm about to talk about. So before I set up these ads, let's get into them.
We've got passion, we've got determination. Like, and if we set our sights on something, you better believe it's happening.
The masterclass of Facebook ad creatives. On the highest level, we've got the type of ads. So these include images, video ads, dynamic product ads, carousels, and collections. Images started out as one of the most popular formats, and then over the past 2 years, they haven't been performing. The interesting thing is, images are now a critical part to every single business manager. Then we've got videos. Even though images are coming back, probably 70% of your Facebook ad spend is going to be through videos. This is because videos allow you to communicate more marketing angles and capture more attention, which we're going to talk about next. Then you've got dynamic product ads. This is where we serve up the recent thing that people saw on the website, and it's much more like product imagery. Then we've got carousels, which is basically a series of images and videos. And finally, we've got collections, which is basically an in-platform experience. Truthfully, 90% of your budget, even more, is going to be images and video. Then, on the second level, we've got the formats of these ads. The first and the most popular at the moment is user-generated content, or UGC. Then we've got unboxing, we've got humor, memes also work, we've got influencer photos, customer photos, and graphics. User-generated content works incredibly well as a video ad. So you're probably wondering, why do these format of ads work when others don't? And this is because good ads follow the following principles. First, they explain the unique selling proposition of the product. Second, they're able to educate or entertain the customer, which Facebook will then be able to serve to more customers because it's a good experience on the platform. Thirdly, they have a great offer and urgency as well. And finally, the last two is what I see a lot of newbies get wrong. They either run a pixelated product image or they just run a really boring ad. The format of ads that I was just talking about, like user-generated content, is able to communicate a lot of education, and the customers are able to see themselves within that video and therefore understand that it is relevant for them. Then they can purchase because they trust the user-generated content. Compare this to a product image that is really boring, doesn't educate, doesn't entertain. So, how do you find really good ads without wasting a lot of money? The best place that you can find example ads is simply go to app.trendrocket.io. You can sign up for an account and I'll leave a description in this video. Simply go to the ads section, and then all you need to do is write in your favorite brand or niche. For example, I can write in coffee. Now I've got a bunch of inactive and active ads that I can look at. What we're looking for is the format of ads that tick all of the criteria that I just talked about. Here we've got a great graphic campaign that talks with an offer and creates an urgency. Here we've got an awesome user-generated content video. One final tip that I have for ad creatives is simply going to either your negative reviews or your positive reviews or a competitor's negative reviews and simply use their main objection in the very first sentence and film a video. This is called objection advertising. So for example, let's say you're trying to make coffee cheaper for the masses. You would obviously see negative reviews on expensive coffee shops. Then you can go, people say coffee is too expensive. You can just record an iPhone video. My brand solves this by this. That will crush 80% of the time. So you're probably wondering, how many ads do I actually need to get started? And you probably want to get 3 to 5 ads. You definitely want at least 2 video ads, and because images are so easy to create in Canva at the moment, when you can pay just a designer in the Philippines, try to get at least 2 image ads as well. The next step is we simply come into our ads manager and we go into the ads level. Remember, we've up the campaign level, we've set up the ad set level. Now it's time to set up our first ever ad. Now, unlike the campaign level and the broad ad set level, we're going to actually create multiple ads. So for this ad, we can do ad 1, and you could just label that something simple, then you will remember what that type of ad is. Then we select the correct page that we're going to use, and select the correct Instagram account that we're going to use, and click create ad. Now, you really want to make sure that you've got manual upload and you've got single image or video. We simply click add medium, add video, up.
Hold on a minute. I'm looking for young, struggling Nigerians between the ages of 16 to 35.
Oh, I don't need arrow, nice pixel. The breakthrough. Just holy shit hits. Definitely asleep.
The preview of the ad should appear on the right hand side. We can then scroll down and now we've got to input the text of the ad. Now very similar to what I was talking about before. Good copy should educate, explain unique selling proposition, have an offer and urgency, and are not boring. If you want to use ChatGPT for this, simply give it your unique selling propositions and ask it to create headlines and also body tags. Once you've added the headline and primary tag, have an offer and urgency and are not boring. If you want to use ChatGPT for this, simply give it your unique selling propositions and ask it to create give it your unique selling propositions, and ask it to create headlines and also body tags. Once you've added the
functions.
Headline and primary text. Then you just need to go down and you click headline and primary. Then you text. Once you've added the headline and primary text, then you just need to go down and you click into
justeUseConfused.com and doesn't have the thought of car insurance weighing him down anymore.
I can't believe we're getting married.
You're not getting married. Insurance feels better when you just use Confused.
So to get your Facebook pixel code, you need to go to facebook.com/ads manager. Okay, so type this in and it should take you to your ads manager. Now, sometimes it takes you to the wrong account if you have multiple accounts. So you can see it's taking me to this one, which isn't the one I'm using. So if I just search for Skyline, which is the one I am using, you can see this is my actual ad account here, and then on the left where it says all tools, you need to go to events manager. If you can't see it here at the top, it should be in one of these links here, but look for where it says events manager. Okay, so click on that. First of all, make sure on the left you've got your pixel selected, and then where it says add events, click on that, and then click on from a new website, and then here where it says install code manually, click on that. And then here's the long code. So click on copy code, and then you can paste that wherever you need to. So that's how you would get your Facebook pixel code. You need to go to facebook.com /ads manager. Okay, so type this in and it should take you to your ads manager. Now, sometimes it takes you to the wrong account if you have multiple accounts. So you can see it's taking me to this one, which isn't the one I'm using. So if I just search for Skyline, which is the one I am using, you can see this is my actual ad account here. And then on the left where it says all tools, you need to go to Events Manager. If you can't see it here at the top, it should be in one of these links here. But look for where it says Events Manager. Okay, so click on that. Well, first of all, make sure on the left you've got your pixel selected, and then where it's add events, click on that, and then click on from a new website. And then here where it says install code manually, click on that, and
add website, enter your URL, and click public. This will then take a while to approve. This is now going through all of Facebook's filters. If you've used bad language or you've called out bad attributes of people, then there is a chance that it's not going to get approved. This doesn't mean that your ad account is going to get banned, but it's not a great start. This is why I suggest being really PG initially and slowly warming up your ad account with less provocative language and ads. This is especially the case if you're running fitness offers. To create a second ad within that ad set, because remember, we want to run 3 to 5 ads when initially testing. We click quickly duplicate, and now we can simply change this creative by clicking remove all and uploading a new video. We can decide whether we want to keep this text consistent or tweak it so that we can get a different result, or change it to get an even more different result. This is probably the perfect time to talk about testing frameworks and how to define your budget. Let's start with defining your budget. To define your initial budget, there are a few things that you need to know. I recommend, if you're a beginner, you want to start with your daily budget on the campaign level with about 10 to 30% of your product sale price. This means that if I'm selling something worth $100, I'd want to be spending $10 to $30 a day initially. How long do we spend that before we can make any decisions? On the creative level, so you're introducing 5 creatives. We really want to make sure that we've spent at least 2 times our average order value or the sale price of our product before we make any decisions with it. This is to prevent you from creating a creative that may work and you introduce it to Facebook and then you're trying to get some sales and it spends $3, $5 and you're like, nah, this isn't working. By allowing us to spend, $200 for a $100 product on that creative, we can definitively roll out that it is not a good creative and turn it off. Another thing you need to consider here is the buying journey for your product. If you're selling furniture, it might take a couple of weeks for them to make the decision, months even. Whereas if you're selling an impulse purchase, people might buy it quickly. So be patient here. If you've created amazing creatives with my framework, then chances are they should be able to work. So now let's say that you've got 3 to 5 creatives working and you're getting some sales. How do you increase the sales of this ad account? It's simple. You're going to introduce new creatives into this existing campaign structure that you've added. So I'm going to create 2 to 3 new creatives and I'm going to upload them into the ad set. If you're spending very, very small amounts, you might just want to introduce 1 creative at a time. This is a great opportunity for you to introduce very, very different creatives over time. For example, if I'm selling hoodies to boyfriends that are buying a gift for their girlfriends, maybe I want to create a brand new creative, hoodies for grandmas. By introducing these new creatives and by having our really broad targeting that we set up before, Facebook is able to run both of these ads and expand the amount of customers that we can actually capture. Whereas if I created a brand new creative that was targeting the exact same boyfriends, then they're probably gonna cannibalize each other. And that's the beauty of the structure that we just set up. So to recap, we add this 1 creative we let it spend for 2 times the average order value, and if there's no sales, you kill it and you introduce another creative. Now, if that's feeling a little bit technical, I'm gonna walk you through it. But first, we need to be able to see what results are actually popping up in our platform. And to do this, we need to customize our table. To read the results, we need to use the table settings. So when you're in your ad section, make sure that you've got an appropriate time selected where the ads were actually running. Then what you need to do is come into here and click Customize Columns. You can delete all of these defaults because I'm going to give you every single one right now. You can follow along with me. First, we've got delivery. Then, attributing settings. Date created, bid strategy, budget, amount spent, purchases. You want total and cost, and make sure you can deselect all of these. Then you want ROAS. Then you want to go to add to cart, and you want total and cost. Remember to deselect all of these options. Don't worry, we're almost there. We want to go to outbound clicks, outbound click-through rate, cost per outbound click, CPM, reach, impressions, and video average play time. The other thing we can do if you want to get really advanced is click Create Custom Metric, and we can add the conversion rate, which equals purchases divided by outbound click. And you want to make this a percentage. And you can also add average order value, which will be a currency. And this equals the purchase conversion value divided by purchases. We can select both of them. We can save this as a preset, Davies Columns, and click Apply. Now, whenever we want to find all of these settings, all we need to do is come into this section and click Davies Columns. So now you have a really advanced view on what ads are working. We can click on any of these above here to filter by amount spent or even turn and cost running are actually popping up in our platform. And to do this, we need to customize our table. To read the results, we need to use the table settings. So when you're in your ad section, make sure that you've got an appropriate time selected.
Oh, that one crazy. Dude, where the fuck were you seeing that on YouTube?
actually running, then what enable settings. So when you're in your ad section, make sure that you've got an appropriate time selected in your ad section. Make sure that you've got an appropriate time selected where the ads were actually running. Then what you need to do is where the ads were actually running. Then what you need to do is come into here and click customize columns. And delete all of these defaults because I'm going to give you every one right now. You can follow along with me. First, we've got delivery. Then, attributing setting. Date created. Bid strategy. Budget. And spent. Purchases. Want total and cost. And make sure you can deselect all of these. Then you want ROAS. Then you want to go add to cart.
Wait, this is for e-commerce though.
And you want total cost. Remember to deselect all of these options. Don't worry, well, there, we want to go to outbound clicks. Outbound through rate. Cost per outbound click. CPM.
Shit. Everything.
Reach. Outbound click. CPM. Reach. Outbound click. CPM. Reach. expressions, video average playtime. The other thing we could do if you want to get really advanced is click create custom metric. We could do if you want to get rid advanced is create custom metric.
Create a custom metric here. Metrics. Okay. Custom metric.
You can add the conversion rate. It equals purchases rate, which equals purchases divided by outbound click. You want to make this a percentage, and you can also add, you want to make this a percentage, and you can also add average order value, which will be current. Also add, and you want to make this a percentage, divided by outbound click. And you want to make this a percentage, and you can also add average order value, which will be a currency, and this equals the purchase conversion value divided by purchases. We can select for them. We can save this as a preset. Davies columns. Click apply. Now whenever we want to find all of these settings, all we need to do is come into this section and click Davies columns. So now you have a really advanced view on what ads are working. We can click on any of these above here to filter by amount spent or even return on ad spend. This will allow you to use our formula that we had before. Let's say we're selling this product for $100 and this creative here to have spent $200 but had 0 purchases as it does now, and it also had an unprofitable return on ad spend, then we would turn this creative off and introduce another one. We don't have to turn a creative off to introduce another one if they're all performing, but we
Jesus Christ. We want to make sure that all unprofitable ads are turned off as quickly as possible after they've had enough spend. Now I can hear you yelling at me. What is a profitable return on ad spend? Or what even is return on ad spend? Return on ad spend is if you put $1 in and you get $2 back, that's 2 return on ad spend. So for example, if I spend $50 and get $100 back, that is also 2 return on ad spend.
Now, your target return on ad spend and what is a profitable return on ad spend will depend largely on your business and your product. Some businesses will have different return on ad spends for different products. And this is because it's all about the margin. To make this really simple for you, as part of my free Shopify course, I've created this profit calculator. In this calculator, we can see the sale price of our product and we can input this. All of these yellow things require input.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive scope for functionality and freedom of creation.
So let's say we're selling a product for $180. We know that if we spend $90 to acquire a customer, which is, by the way, on this column here, which is currently at $44, if that was at $90, we would know that that would create a 2 return on ad spend, and we would make a net profit of $49.50 per product. Let's just say that I was going to spend $120 to acquire a customer. Now we've only got $19 of profit. So I know that if I'm getting down to 1.5 ROAS within my ad account in this metric, that I am only making $19.50 every single customer that I get. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If I get a customer acquisition cost of $150 at a 1.2 ROAS, I am now losing $10.50 per product that I sell, which is now an unprofitable business. So realistically, if I want to make 30% net profit, 20% net profit in this business, I want to be making sure that I have a target ROAS of 2 here so that I can make a healthy profit. Once you've calculated this is basically what you do every single day. You're manipulating these columns so that this bottom number here comes out at your target return on ad spend so that you know that you're profitable. One thing I highly recommend is using the free plan of Triple Wow. I'll leave a link in the description, as well as an affiliate code if you want to get the paid plan. But the free plan is enough that you can track all of your advertising platforms and track your daily profit on a daily basis. I discuss this also in my free Shopify e-commerce course. One of the main reasons that you want to use the Triple Wow dashboard is because since those privacy updates, this return on ad spend within Facebook can be quite wrong. You might notice this when your Shopify store has $5,000 worth of sales, but it's only saying that you've actually got, $3,000 or $4,000 worth of sales in your Facebook ad account. This is because Facebook hasn't picked up on the sales that it's created, or the sales are coming from somewhere else, like word of mouth. This is why using a holistic view called MER, which is all of your marketing channels, including Google, and just comparing that to revenue, is a great way to understand how much more you can spend on Facebook. So now you're an advanced Facebook media buyer. What do you do on a daily basis to maintain the ad account and grow your business? A Facebook media buyer gets up at 4 a.m., has an ice bath, and then they log on to the Facebook ad account straight away. First of all, they check the overall performance. How much did they spend the day before? How much money did they make? And are they profitable? And this is where Triple L is really good, or any profit tracking dashboard. Next, that makes them decide, do I want to increase my Advantage Plus campaign budget? Now you don't want to scale it up too quickly. You can scale up 10 to 30% a day. Next, a Facebook advertiser will come into the ads section and they will turn off underperforming ads. These are ads that have had an allocated amount of spend, but they're not hitting the targets. Next, they might introduce 1 to 3 new creatives to their existing scaling campaign. Finally, they might go onto TrendRocket or any advertising library and pitch new creative ideas to a creative team or UGC creator. If you're still not getting results after all of this, it's either your product or your website looks really bad. Make sure you check out my other videos to understand how to create an awesome website. Don't forget to subscribe to our free e-commerce course. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.
Turn your pastime into your full time.
On the left now. It's on the outside. Well, been up since 12 a.m. Jesus Christ. So I'm not going to be able to like fix the pixel issue. So basically, I'm only just one issue left, which is I generated the previous pixel and that's on the landing page. But right now I generated a different pixel and that was what I've put in my ad account, but I'm unable to edit it. I don't know what to do. So I'm trying to see if I can find the source code for the new pixel that is already active on the account now. So I can go back to the landing page, remove the old one, and put a new pixel. So that's that. But then I'm meant to actually duplicate my ad set and then run multiple ads. I mean, that is not a priority, but I can just run this directly and yeah. I'm thinking the next one is just going to be, I'm going to duplicate it, which probably won't, because I just want to run this and see how it goes. But if I'm going to duplicate it, I'm going to get like, it's going to be a UGC. So it's just going to be like previews from previous students.